We cannot continue in this manner and effectively serve the citizens of this great city. And as a person who calls the city home, I can't stand by and watch what I believe will be a sequel to what's occurred in the first 4 years of the strong mayor form of government. The same old political aristocracy that worked so hard and paid so much to get the first strong mayor elected will surely work as hard and pay as much to try to get the next one in place. And council and the public will be treading water still. When I decided to run for office, it wasn't to serve some of the people. I ran to serve all of the people. And that's what I'll do if the people choose to elect me as the next mayor. My official mayoral campaign will begin in early January. The way our charter works, win or lose, I'll be relieved of my council duties. Therefore, I'm resigning now so that those who are interested in my district can begin to evaluate whether to get their names on the April ballot. Furthermore, I want to be respectful of the good work being done by members of council, and I think having a council member who is campaigning for mayor would be a distraction. My platform will be laid out in January. I'll take a stance on economic development, stormwater, utilities governance, and para, as well as other issues. For now, I know there may be some people who are curious about the City for Champions Stadium and how that issue stands in respect to my resignation. It should be clear to anyone who has followed this issue that I am opposed to using $200 million in local public money to build the downtown stadium, and I firmly believe that the majority of citizens agree with me. It is clear I do not have the votes on council to give the public a true vote on the stadium. So there are 3 scenarios to consider. The first is Councilmember King's ballot language. With all due respect, it has loopholes big enough to build a taxpayer-funded stadium in. So even if Councilmember King gets his language on the ballot and the citizens vote for it, the loopholes in his language will still allow for $200 million in local public money to be spent on a stadium without the citizens' permission. His language effectively does nothing but provide citizens with false security that they've gotten a vote when they really haven't. Secondly, there is a citizen petition effort to get the locally funded stadiums on the ballot. The language of that petition would provide an authentic vote, but more than 14,000 valid signatures are required, and it will be an upward battle to get that many signatures. That leaves citizens who are opposed to spending their money on a downtown stadium only one other option, and that's to vote for me for mayor.
Well, I think the problem is we had a large, I wouldn't say a large majority, but a majority voted for this change in governance. And I think what it was sold to them as is it's a checks and balances. In the past, we had just a council that directed a city manager how to run the city. And that didn't provide the checks and balances, and the folks who wanted to change to governance and pushed for that and paid for that sold it as this would be an opportunity to have an elected executive balanced with a legislative branch, and we would get better governance. And I think the model is good. The problem is, in practice, we haven't had that. So I think the key component here is this is all about the citizens. This isn't about making Joel Miller or the government of Colorado Springs something I want it to be. It is representing the citizens and doing what they expect their government to do. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.